We all know the importance of diversification on a portfolio level. One needs to have a diversified strategy, which also means that you should be invested across asset class. On a portfolio level, this strategy really works. But then, what if you have a fund that provides you with this kind of a strategy that already gives you diversification and the benefit of asset allocation? I'm talking about multi-asset allocation funds, which are in vogue these days. We've been seeing a lot of AMCs back to back launching a lot of multi-asset allocation funds. A lot of them are in pipeline. Fund managers, financial planners are also going gaga over it, recommending this category to the investors because there is low volatility, also because of the benefit of diversification that this fund offers, but also you have an inflation adjusted and risk adjusted return. But then do you really need to have this kind of a fund? Do you really need to have a multi-asset allocation fund in your portfolio? Well, if you are an investor who is not well diversified on a portfolio level, then maybe you can look at it. Why? What are multi-asset allocation funds? As the name goes, this fund is invested into an equity asset class, a debt asset class, gold, real estate, commodities, so on, so forth. So far in India, we've been seeing that the kind of asset classes these funds have. So there's gold in it, there's equity, and there is debt. What is the importance of these asset classes? Equity we need for capital appreciation, debt we need for income generation, and gold we obviously need it as a safe haven who acts as a hedge against inflation and also a safe haven against geopolitical uncertainty. Now, if you're an investor who's already on a portfolio level invested into equity and debt and also has gold in their portfolio, a multi-asset allocation fund might not really work for you. But if you are an investor who's missing this kind of asset allocation in their portfolio, then maybe this kind of fund might help you. Also because these funds invest in all these asset classes up to a particular limit. Like in equity, for example, they might have allocation to 60-65% and so on and so forth. They beat the volatility because the kind of adjustment, the risk adjustment and the return adjustment these funds offer to their investors. Now talking about the diversification and strategy per se, it is always recommended that an individual or an investor opts for a diversified strategy on a portfolio level, which means on a portfolio level you should be invested in equity, in debt, in gold, in real estate, so on and so forth. But then having all that in a fund could be enough for a lot of investors who are new to this asset allocation strategy or who don't know about it and who wants to give a shot and understand it later on. But asset allocation, diversification is a strategy that one needs to opt for on a portfolio level.